Okay, so you've got a sense of hopelessness going on over here. Something has happened that you need to actually forgive. So something went wrong, or there might have been an argument going on, and you do need to forgive that situation. You feel that, maybe you need to make some sort of compromise, some sort of sacrifice in order for that situation for you to get over that situation, for it to resolve itself. So in the past, you've got a need for a romantic gesture. So maybe you needed to show your affections to this person. And maybe you've been facing a love rival, and maybe this is why it's caused a lot of problems over here, and maybe it's caused some sort of argument. Maybe some third person has come into this scenario, and that has caused an argument or disagreement between you and your partner. Now, if you go ahead and, forgive this situation, then you will have peace and harmony coming back into the relationship again. So you all do need to have an open discussion and talk about things in order for you to bring in this peace and harmony. And, maybe this person that you're involved in is being a bit manipulative. They may be a bit controlling, and you need to bring that out onto the table. Bring it out, speak about it, express how you feel about things, so that there is no doubt in that person's mind as to where you're coming from. But you may need to forgive the situation. It might have been nothing in particular, and in order to bring in this peace and harmony, if you want this relationship to continue, you don't want it to escalate to something, and if it could have been resolved quite easily with just good communication. So you've got Maiden of Quills over here. So some communication coming in for you. You might be working a lot with maybe the internet, or something that involves communication via the air, as they say, because this is the Page of Swords. So something coming in. Also, it shows you being very independent, working, spending a lot of time on your work, focusing on your work, but bringing a lot of artistic value to your work. You being an air sign as well, with Maiden of Quills, it's about how you're communicating your feelings and ideas, and you're expressing it very artistically as well. Also showing a mastery over whatever work you're doing, so you're quite good at what you do as well, and you're you are developing that talent. You've got a talent for whatever work you're doing, and spending a lot of your time doing that, bringing a lot of beauty. There's some aspect of beauty to the work that you do as well. So what's happening with you? You've got the Six of Candlesticks and you've got the Hermit. So you are focusing a lot on your work over here with the Hermit card, spending a lot of time, maybe doing a lot of research, maybe involved with a lot of information. You can see this is a card ruled by Virgo, so it's involving work, but because there's a lot of books, it looks like there's a lot of information that you deal with, and you spend a lot of time doing it. You sleep late. You're very focused on that particular work. It might involve some sort of research, something to do with computers, internet, that kind of thing. So you are spending a lot of time on your work. Now with the Six of Candlesticks, you're very it's a card of victory. It's a card that's moving very quickly into the future. So it shows that, you might be involved in some kind of relationship that is very fast acting, very quick moving. You can see both of them on horses. Involves a lot of travel. Maybe you and your partner are traveling a lot, and there's a lot of energy within that relationship. And maybe you're working together in some sort of project, and that involves a lot of travel, the two of you. So it might be that, you and the person that you're involved in are involved together, maybe in a work situation, and, it requires a lot of movement, a lot of travel, a lot of communication, but it also involves a lot of study and research, and, maybe spending a lot of time focused on that kind of work. So in the past year, you've got the Temperance cards. You've been meeting a lot of people, making a lot more friends, communicating a lot with new people, new colleagues. So maybe you've been collaborating, networking a lot. So meeting a lot of people in the past year or so. And then you've got the Lady of Quills, which shows that, this is something that you've been doing a lot of studying, so whatever you're been up to, you might be specializing in something at this particular moment. I know this is a love reading, but it's coming across as a person, as you being a person who's spending a lot of time focusing on your work, communicating with a lot of people, but really doing a lot of studying, a lot of research, and spending a lot of time by yourself, it seems, even though you seem to be in a relationship, but it doesn't seem like you'll have much time for each other within this relationship. You both seem to be quite busy doing something. You're focused on your work. In both these cards, the Lady of Quills and the Hermit, spending a lot of time by yourself, doing a lot of studying, nose in the books kind of thing. And, rushing around. The two of you seem to be rushing around quite a bit with this Six of Candlesticks. And you seem to be meeting a lot of people as well. So it seems like you're on the move. There's quite a lot of energy, of movement. Now, something has, you want to move away from an old situation. You don't really want to be involved in it anymore. It seems like you want to move forward into the future, away from something that didn't serve you. And you're thinking of actually moving away. So you're either thinking of moving away or you're thinking of traveling. So, if this relationship, both of these cards have got so much of movement in it. So it seems like you might be thinking of traveling, or maybe you do a lot of traveling. And it hasn't given that relationship enough time to stabilize or to go into something long term. So you've got the Hangman over here, and you might be feeling that you've reached the top of what you can go as far as this relationship goes. You're at the top of the ladder, and you can't go any further than that. So you might feel that this relationship is going nowhere. It is at a standstill at the moment. You might be making sacrifices of your time or your effort, and it doesn't seem to be paying off as well. So something in this relationship is not working for you. You feel like you're making sacrifices, and it seems like you and the other person are communicating a lot with each other. You've got the Justice card over here. You're trying to find this balance in your life that doesn't seem to be there. The communication seems to be, where you're sending messages to each other, writing letters, writing notes, maybe phoning each other, but not actually physically being there with each other. So you're good at communication with each other, but it seems to be long distance communication. So you don't seem to be in the same room for very long, because you're both rushing around. You can see with this Six of Candlesticks over here, there's a lot of movement, a lot of rushing around, and one person seems to be chasing after the other person, and here you've got this letter writing thing going on. The Justice card's talking about balance, and you all don't seem to have that balance going on. The Justice card is also ruled by Libra, so this might be that you are good at communicating at a long distance kind of aspect, but you're not in the same room. You're not good at communicating close by, and you all seem to be moving. There's a lot of movement, a lot of energy going on over there. And that has brought this relationship, to a bit of a standstill. So what's happening around you? You've got the Tower card. Things have been changing quite dramatically in your surroundings. There might be some sort of dramatic events that are happening that has caused, or something has happened in the past that has caused a bit of a breakdown in the relationship there. And maybe this is the reason why you'll have isolated yourselves from each other. You all are separated in a sense. You all are separated from each other because some event happened. There was something that fell apart, if you like, and that has brought a big change within this relationship. Maybe you all have had a temporary split up, and now that you're the only means of communication is by sending each other messages or notes or text messages, and things seem to be very much at a standstill over here. It seems like it seems like it's a very one-sided thing. One of the parties seems like they're making all the sacrifices, and the other ones are not. And like you see, one party's chasing after the other. So one of you is chasing after the other person to try and get that person back in the relationship. So it seems like, you all haven't, something has happened, some event has happened that has caused you all to drift apart from each other. And, you want things to change. You want things to take a new path. With the Judgment card, it's where you've reached a crossroads at a turning point. in your relationship, a crossroads in your life, where you'll have to make a decision about how you want to do what you want to do next. You have to see a different a different picture. You have to look at a different way of doing things to either keep the relationship going or just change the relationship completely or move away. So you are at a crossroads and, deciding what you want to do next. So going into the future, you've got the Empress card, the Wheel, and you've got the Sun card. So with the Empress card, it shows that, the Empress card is also a card ruled by Venus, which is something that rules Libra. So you do want, you want that abundance in your life. You want stability, and you may want a child. You may want to settle down and have a family, because you can see this woman is pregnant over here, and you want that abundance. And you can see that there's a couple in the background over here that are separated up. So you might be in a relationship where you all have separated for a while. It's like it might be a temporary situation, and you want to reconcile back with this person again, and maybe you want to start a family with this person. And it looks like this is what is coming in for you with the Empress card. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune as well, which shows that an end of a cycle and a new cycle beginning. It might be a cycle, where you do meet a lot more people and you do socialize a lot more, but it's definitely an end of an old situation. So all that you have been going through looks like it's going to now come to an end. A decision will be made as to which way to go forward. And it seems like the decision will be to get maybe reconciled back with this person, and this is the Sun card. But with the Sun card, it also talks about having to work on that relationship. So it's not going to be something that comes easy to you in order for you to reconcile with this person, or even if you wanted to start up a new relationship with somebody. So if you go into this Wheel of Fortune and you meet somebody new, and it looks like it will be a good relationship, it will need a lot of work on it. So it looks like you do want this kind of relationship. So it's either reconciling with the person or starting something brand new. And with the Wheel of Fortune, if something is ending, then maybe the old relationship has ended, and you have to accept that and, move forward. So it looks like if that is the case, that the old relationship has ended, you will meet someone new with this Wheel of Fortune, a new social event that you go to, and it looks like it will be a really good relationship, somebody that you can get along pretty well with. But the Sun card also warns that you will be working very hard on that relationship to make it work or make it run smoothly. And maybe it's something that you will do where you don't employ the same techniques that you did in the old relationship. You'll be doing something on a very different level with the Sun card. But it brings in a lot of happiness, this new relationship. Or if you reconcile with the person, it looks like it might, it'll go, you'll be happier in this time round. But like I said, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like there is an ending of an old relationship that is coming in, and you will be meeting new people. And it looks like it will progress to something really good. So you've got the Queen of Aries, which says, nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So there's somebody that you're going to be asking for some advice from, and they're going to be able to help you and guide you through whatever you're going through. You need to discuss your feelings with somebody you can trust. And you've got the King of Raphael, which says, yes, it is safe to trust, the ability to accomplish many things at once, follow your creative passions. So you are going to be focusing a lot more on your work. And, if there is something new that comes in for you, it is going to be something good. And this person is somebody that is trustworthy. So you can actually, relax. They're somebody who is very warm, generous, very honorable. And, you will meet this person, and they will be somebody that you can relax and trust. And the last card is change your life, a sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination, embrace the opportunities that change brings. So big change coming up, and this is a major arcana card, and it says change your life. And so something big, some big event coming in, especially even with the Tower. So this is like the Tower card as well, the change your life card and the Tower card. So some event coming in that's going to change the whole situation, move you out of whatever's been happening. So whatever this communication, this almost like a separation that's going on. You've got the feather going in between this couple. So it looks like there is a breakdown over here, almost of the relationship, where there's just almost just text messages or communication via letter, by a written word, and everything seems to be at a standstill with this hanged man over here. And then you've got, you rushing around, both of you rushing around and not having any time for each other. You concentrating a lot on your work. All that seems to be coming to an end. And that's brought about by the Tower. So some event happening in your life. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune coming in over here, where, all of that cycle ends and you move on to something new with the Sun card. So these are major arcana cards and they're major events. In fact, these three, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun card, are three major arcanas. So you want the stable relationship, you want that prosperity, you want a good relationship, and it looks like the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn and bring that in for you after some event that comes in, that changes things around, that shifts the energy. So big changes coming in for you, moving on to a new cycle and probably a new relationship after finishing off in an old relationship that hasn't been serving you pretty well. And an end to all the delays and an end to any kind of procrastination that you might have. That seems to be coming in. Something is going to come in to shift that energy.